Do you feel amazed when you see incredible watercolor pieces on social media or when you go to art galleries? Maybe you feel inspired with the beautiful flowers you see in nature and napaisip ka.
Oh, I want to paint something like that.
But then when you try it out, you realize na you're not sure where to start. Whether you're new to watercolors or medyo may experience ka na, we're here to teach you 2 ways to paint florals. We'll start with beginner-friendly floral doodles, and then we'll learn how to do realistic florals. We've taught these techniques to more than 200 Filipino beginner watercolor artists in our online watercolor painting course. And their florals have improved in a matter of months. Like our student Ariette, who learned the basics and started painting florals in just a week. Or our student Gretchen, whose florals improved in 6 months, giving her the confidence to finally enter her work in art exhibits. Ang galing, diba? If gusto mo din matuto ng watercolor painting so you can paint beautiful florals, explore your creativity, de-stress, and improve your mental health, then you can book a free consultation call with our team. The link is in the description.
I perhaps owe having become a painter to flowers.
Do you know Claude Monet? He was both a painter and a gardener. It was actually through his love for flowers that he became a world-famous artist. And maybe you even know some of his very famous paintings. If you're drawn to the beauty of flowers and you have the urge to paint them, then we encourage you to go for it. Malay mo where this journey will take you. Someday, you might be displaying your paintings at home or at local art exhibits, or even giving them as gifts to your friends and family, just like our students. Watercolor is great for capturing the delicate colors and textures of flowers. You can get that light and ethereal look because of its transparency and how colors can fluidly blend together. At the same time, pwede ka ring mag-create ng more realistic 3D paintings by layering colors over each other. To get started on your watercolor painting, we're going to teach you 3 fundamental techniques today. First is simplifying shapes, next is layering, and the third is blending. We'll break each one of them down for you throughout the video, and don't worry, kasi this first one is so easy, even a 10-year-old kid could do it.
How can I paint if hindi ako marunong mag-drawing?
We've met a lot of aspiring watercolor artists na ganito yung problema. But the thing is, you can already draw. Remember when you were a student and you would sometimes doodle in class? Diba, na kaya mo naman? If you're new to watercolors, we recommend doing floral doodles. The great thing about doodling is that it teaches an essential skill. You learn how to simplify different objects into shapes. Kahit hindi ka magaling mag-drawing, okay lang. Anyone can doodle. That's your starting point. If you want to take your drawing skills to the next level, you need to train yourself on how to break down complex subjects into simpler shapes. Let's take a look at different flowers. Here's a daisy. It's actually easy to draw. The center is a circle, and yung petals also form a circle. That's your flower's general shape. Since visible naman yung center, you can see where the petals grow and kung ano yung direction nila. Compare that to a rose. Diba, it looks slightly more complicated. It's hard to tell kung saan yung center and medyo confusing yung petals. But don't worry, kaya yan. All you need to do is find your flower's general shape. If you're having a hard time, you can try looking at it from different angles. Oh, try natin to. Can you tell what a rose's general shape is? It's cup shape. Even though hindi mo nakikita yung center, if you look closely, you'll notice that the petals grow from the bottom, near the leafy part at the base. Since alam na natin yung overall shape, we can start to understand how the petals are arranged. Let's look at our reference again. Do you see any other shapes? Actually, the petals of your rose are arranged in a spiral pattern. Here's a fun fact. This pattern is called the golden spiral. and you can find this in other flowers and throughout nature, like in snail shells. When you're using a reference, keep an eye out for patterns like these. They'll help you understand the structure of your subject. You can use your spiral as a simple way to represent the petals of a rose, and then you can just add more petals using circular shapes to give your rose a 3D look. Don't worry, kahit hindi siya perfect, doodle lang naman siya. You can use this technique for different kinds of flowers or even mga landscapes or portraits. Now, let's move on to the fun part, doodling and painting florals. For your doodles, we suggest using waterproof fine liners like Unipin or Sakura Micron. If wala talaga, kahit Muji gel pen, sige, okay na lang. Now that we know how to simplify shapes, let's recreate our rose and daisy doodles on our watercolor paper. If you want to add another type of flower, okay then. Just follow the same steps and break down the shapes. In this demo, we're using two different sizes for our pens. One is 0.8 for the bolder lines, and another is 0.5 for the thinner lines. Even if we're using waterproof ink, it's still a good idea to let it dry for a bit muna bago tayo mag-add ng watercolors. When the ink has dried, that's when we use our brush to apply some water over our flowers. We want the paper to be damp, not soaking wet. If it's too wet, the paint will run and go out of control. For our rose, let's use the red watercolor paint. When you paint over the rose, notice that the paint will spread across the damp paper. Pag nag-dry na yan, this technique will result in a soft matte finish. Okay lang even if you paint outside the lines. Minsan, it even adds a little bit of charm to your doodles. If you're painting white flowers like daisies, let the white of the paper show through. And use light gray to give your petals some dimension. And that's how you create floral doodles with watercolors. It's fast, easy, and the end results are always really cute. After you've tried this and you want to do something more advanced with more details, then you can try this next technique. Earlier, we showed you how to break down complicated objects into shapes. Next, we'll teach you how to blend and layer with watercolors. These are important skills to create realistic florals. To understand how to layer, first, kailangan muna natin maintindihan yung color values. In art, ang ibig sabihin ng value ay kung gaano ka-light or dark yung isang color. Understanding values is key to painting realistically. They help represent light and shadows, creating a 3D effect. You can add light and dark values on top of each other. This is layering. When it comes to blending watercolor paint, you need to learn how to create a smooth transition between different colors or values. A common way to do this is through the wet-on-wet technique. Here's how you can try it. First, take a clean wet brush and apply some water over an area on your watercolor paper. Remember, we want to use enough water so the paper is damp but not completely wet. Next, apply your first color to one side of the wet area. Before the paper starts to dry, apply your second color opposite the first. Use a clean, wet brush to blend the edges where the colors meet. Tignan natin how our pro watercolor painting mentor, Sir Eman, uses these techniques in a realistic painting of a rose. Gaya ng steps in the floral doodles, Sir Eman actually starts by breaking the roses down into their basic shapes. He uses a hexagon to represent the general shape of the two big roses and a cup for the rosebud on the right. He slowly adds more detail as he goes along, and he captures the folds and ridges of the petals. Notice how Mentor Eman keeps the sketch loose but detailed enough para may idea siya kung ano yung lalabas sa final painting. A lot of beginner artists tend to obsess over the details of their sketch. Remember, it's just meant to be a guide, and it'll also be covered by paint, so eventually hindi mo na makikita yan. Mentor Eman starts the painting by using his brush to apply clean water on the paper. Then he adds a purple mixture on the wet surface. Ito yung wet-on-wet technique that we talked about earlier. He switches to a clean wet brush so he can move the paint across the paper and create a soft gradient effect. Instead of using a darker shade of red for the shadows, Mentor Eman actually went for a cool purple tone. Baka you're thinking, huh? Bakit purple? Why not red? Are we trying to paint purple flowers? To be clear, we're painting red roses. And there's a good reason why Mentor Eman chose purple for the shadows. It's got something to do with color theory. And this is the secret to making your paintings look more 3D and realistic. Usually, ang mga cool tones gaya ng blues, purples, and certain violets work best for shadows. On the other hand, usually ginagamit yung mga warm tones gaya ng reds, oranges, or yellows para sa mga highlights or parts ng painting that's closer to a light source. Think about temperature. Sunlight is warm, but when you want to cool off, you stand under the shade of a tree. Cool tones for shadows add depth and vibrancy. Using a darker red on a red rose can make it look flat and cartoonish if hindi ka magaling. You can see Mentor Eman continues to use the wet-on-wet technique. He's using a clean wet brush para makagawa ng gradients from dark shadows to lighter ones. He adds blue to his greens when painting the shaded areas of the stems and leaves. He actually uses a different technique to paint the details of the leaves. He still wets the paper using his brush, but nag-a-apply din siya ng mas dry na paint mixture on top of it. This lets the paint flow on the paper, but it gives him more control when painting the lines on the leaves. And finally, to give these roses their iconic red color, Mentor Eman applies a glaze of red paint. Glazing is a technique where you apply a thin, wet mixture of paint over a dry layer of paint. This new layer should be transparent enough so that you can still see the layer underneath it. Now, you can really see how the purple shadows make the red pop. Painting realistic florals can be intimidating for beginners kasi there's a lot to consider. But breaking it down step by step, just like how Mentor Eman did it, makes it much more manageable. If you want to learn how to paint gorgeous, realistic florals like Mentor Eman and finally feel more confident in your art, then we invite you to apply to our watercolor painting course. You can book a free consultation call with our team to learn more. The link is in the description. In the meantime, if you want to learn how to pick out the right colors for your painting, then you can check out this video.